Hungry? Y'all hungry? Huh? You gonna do it? Slept what totally crashed. Had a thyroid crash again. They suck. Crashed at about probably 9 o'clock last night. And the dogs got me to use the bathroom and I realized I didn't feed my babies. Poor guys. Here I am, going live in the middle of the night, looking like straight up trash. Don't care. Nobody cares. Well, I kind of care. I care enough not to show you my face, so don't look at my face. Freaking flooded out again. Go eat, little girl. You're okay, baby. Go eat. Laramie, don't eat hers. Little girl is scared of everything. Anytime I've got a broom in my hand, a mop in my hand, she's always been this way. Come here, little girl. This is yours, baby. Laramie, go eat yours. Go eat, Laramie. Go, buddy. We flooded out again. Neighborhood's flooded. Can't get in, can't get out. And I have to keep my bleach water right here because of the freaking water that my animals, they gotta go outside. So I keep bleach water right here, like it's a part of the furniture. so I could clean up all the dead gum water over and over and over. Go eat, Lamb. I've never seen so much mud in my life. I've never seen so much water in my life. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my sexy kitchen, my sexy stove. Laramie, go eat. Oh, that's little girl. Oh, Laramie. I haven't had a cigarette yet either. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my home. Welcome to my no schedule, no nothing home. I'm just blundering through life here. Jamie, good to see you. Let me look in chat real quick, see if I'm being blasted. Am I being blasted? Did you forget your meds again? No, it just takes about a month for them to like level out in my system. And so it doesn't happen. I mean, it was happening 3 and 4 times a day when I got back on my thyroid. And then like now it happens maybe twice a week. And the thing is, you don't know when it's going to happen. It just, all of a sudden, I mean, I could be out driving and boom, I got to pull over and sleep right then. But no, it just takes a while. You are awful, but I like you. Okay, well, there's no truer statement than that one. You are awful. I mean, sometimes I am. Aloha, aloha, Sean. Good to see you. Jamie, good to see you, love. Miss Barbara, hello, ma'am. How are ya? This white comes yelling at you. Oh, hell yeah, I agree. This white? Oh, come on. Isn't it too early or too late to be fucking around in chats? Parish, Judea, Miss Barbara? I don't know what that means. Do I have any mods in here? It's good to see you guys. But, hey, why dog your room, bro? Why? Oh, I forgot this time of night. All of the crazies are on. All the children are out. But people make you that way, Lainey. That's true. I need to make me some coffee. I need to make some coffee. I'm telling you guys, I'm over the rain. I cannot deal. I just cannot deal. The good thing is, if there's a good thing about all this flooding, is that everybody's wells outside are all filled up. All filled up. Hawaii is experiencing a Category 1 hurricane. Really? I have seen flash flood warnings like ever since I've lived in Indiana and a couple times when I lived in Florida. Never experienced one. So when the flash flood warning came on a couple days ago, I'm just like, nobody cares. Like, you just get so used to them. And so this is the first time I've ever experienced any kind of flash flood warning where it really happened. I mean, we are flooded. We're completely flooded in. So, Beefcake is out of town. He's supposed to be coming home today. He's already asked me if he can get into the neighborhood. And I told him I haven't gone out because we've got another flood warning. Poop. Flash flood warning yesterday. And why would I go out and get stuck in all that? No, even though I have the truck, it's still not. It's still not. People are underwater everywhere. This is crazy. It's a national emergency. Hey, Newt, is that mine, buddy? Hey, Newt. Nunu, is that mine, Newt? Hey, I'm not talking to you, Laramie. Newt, is that mine? Newt, is that mine, buddy? Can I have it back? Newt, Newt, is that mine? Can I have it back, sir? Thank you. Drop it, Newt. Drop it, Newt. Thank you. Thank you. That's mine, buddy. You got toys right over there on the floor. Here, I'll get you guys a rag you guys can tear up. Here, come on. So this is what happens. My dogs eat in pieces. Like they all get their own bowls. So that's the little girl. She's walking around to see if there's anything in the bowls that she might like. And then they go to her bowl, and so they all switch bowls. So let me find out. I always keep old rags, but I might have. Oh my God. This was my mother-in-law's. So what I do is I just cut them. Not in there. And then they play. See, like she wants me to play tug of war with her. What are you doing, Larry? Then it keeps him busy, and Newt will automatically start shredding his. And then he'll come and try to take theirs away. It's a whole thing, you guys, but it's an easy game, and it keeps them busy for a little while. I need some coffee. What are you guys doing? Who's up? Hey, Pink Peony. Yeah, it seems like it's drought season everywhere, drying up our lakes and stuff because we've not gotten enough rain. Oh, come to Indiana. Seriously, come on to Indiana. We're flooded in. And I've never known this to happen anywhere I've lived. I know it happens. I see it on the news. But when Muncie, Indiana, little O Muncie, Indiana, makes the national news, y'all know something's up. Oh, Laramie, she's gonna get both. Yep. Now she wants him to go and try to get him out of her mouth. See, they know better than to screw with Newt because Newt will tear him up. You gotta go play with him. Go play with him. Here, Laramie. You get it. So this is what we do. I play games with them. I give them paper boxes, old towels. I make into. You guys got a potty? Old towels. I make into little knot ropes, and they tear the place up. I sweep it up. I mop it up, and we start all over again. Excuse you. See, there's what's left of Newt's. Did you get it all, buddy? Did you get it all? And now he'll try to get theirs, and everybody will fight. It's a great thing, you guys. But it keeps them happy. I'm telling you, having dogs like this size is exactly like having toddlers because they constantly need interaction. Isn't this cut cute? And that's not me, but it's got yellow in it and green in it. Anyways, they're like toddlers. They need a lot of interaction and kept busy. And nobody can afford to keep going out and buying toys for this size dog. Because they just tear them up. The only thing they don't tear, for y'all that have been around here a long time, do you guys remember Newt's chicken? Do you guys remember the chicken? Yeah. Well, so nobody can find the chicken anymore. I think it has been buried in the yard. So now they've got the eagle, which is made out of the same exact materials that thin plastic, and it's got a squeaker in it. So every time it squeaks, they think they're hurting it. So they won't. They don't hardly. They don't tear it up. They'll fight over it, and then one of them will let go because they don't want to hurt it. And this one just wants me to grab her. Uh-oh. You've got all of Newt's. Well, she done picked up all of it. If I could just teach her to put it in the trash can, that'd be great. Sorry, I'm probably making you guys dizzy because I'm walking around with the tripod because I don't want you to see my face if I could help it. I look like straight up trash. I just woke up. I haven't even had a cigarette yet. I just wanted to get my babies fed because I felt so bad. This is the jewelry that I kept out of my jewelry sale from the night before last night, you guys. Not that I'm going to wear this stuff. I'm not going to wear it. But because my son told me, Mom, keep everything that says 125 on it. Well, every piece says 125 on it. And there was no way, because I don't wear jewelry that often. So I just kept these. Why? I'm not sure. Well, y'all already know about this. This is cute. I probably wear this every now and then. But you guys, I have 2 Pandora bracelets. I never wear them. Both of these say 925 on them, and they're ugly as sin. But they have purple stones in them. And 925 means that it's pure silver. These have purple stones. That was Mama's favorite color. And then this one, I don't know why I kept this one out. But I did. But I liked the colors in it. It reminded me of the desert. And so all of these clasps are 925s. But I wasn't going through all that jewelry, you guys, and trying to figure out where the 925 was and keeping it all. What the hell am I supposed to do with it? He told me, hang on to it. It's going to be worth a lot of money. Which he knows because he collects gold and silver. But I don't. And he had the jewelry first and came over and gave it to me. So I did with it what I wanted to do with it. Sold every bit of it except for what's there. Almost $300. Now, if it was all 925, they made a lot of money. But, I mean, I got it for free. So any dollar that I made is like a dollar that was given to me. Because I didn't buy none of that. My boy gave it to me. And he got it because he's remodeling, not nursing homes, but like apartments that older people move into, retirement homes, that's it. And a lot of people, I found out since he's been doing this, a lot of people will start paying for their, because they're expensive. And a lot of people will start paying for their retirement home like years in advance. My sister-in-law, I asked her the last time I saw her a year ago, uh, what, because her and her husband don't have kids. And I was like, what the hell you two gonna do, you know, when you're old and decrepit and shit? Because you can't move in with me. And she said, oh, we're already paying for our retirement home. There's one in Virginia Beach on the beach that we want to live at. And I was like, perfect. That is perfect for you. Y'all, a bag would be perfect to me for them. So, that's what people do, especially ones that don't have kids. They pay into the retirement home. So when they pass away, if they don't have anybody over their estate or anything like that, then it gets it belongs to the retirement home. And so my son is doing all the remodeling on the apartments there, and they paid him this is the third one that he did. They paid him 3 times to go into them and clean them out. And they left all this jewelry in there, all different kinds of stuff that, some of it was really bad. I mean, some of it was how the housekeeping didn't let that man, because his wife died first and then he died. And how they let him live like that, I don't know, because it was trashed, and my son said that it smelled really, really bad in there. But he asked them if he could, oh, well, they had already told him, we'll pay you this much to clean it out, get rid of everything, because he had to remodel it anyways, right? And we'll pay you this, and then whatever you find, you keep. So he brought me home all this jewelry, and I was like, right, I'll sell it. I mean, and I had tons. I need a cigarette. There's Wednesday. Excuse me, pardon me, pardon me. Little girl, no jump. Garage is a mess. You guys don't even look at it. It's not my business. Right over there is all my whatnot stuff, you guys. He even made me like a little area that I have right there that I could, with the TV above it. Okay, the TV wasn't really for me. Let me tell you the truth about it. Came out here one day last year, and there was a TV out here. It was like, there's a TV in the garage. He's like, I know. And I was like, oh. And it's because when he works on cars or works out in the garage, he wants to still be able to watch the game. I was like, that's smart. So, anyways, but he made me a little section over there with a coffee pot on it that y'all, I could pack up all my whatnot stuff. I'm not surprised. Not surprised Newt won that battle. He's louder than the rest of them. Melly Joe, hello. Pink Peony, hello. Oh, you remember the rubber chicken? I've looked everywhere for him. Looked everywhere. I cannot find another one. And then Beefcake found this little eagle, and it was the only one they had. Hi, Ryan. Good to see you. It was the only one they had, so he picked it up. See, Newt just wants all the rags because he'll shred them. That's what happens. Newt wins again, always. His is louder. His growl is louder than, and he sounds more vicious, I guess. But if they really, really want something, they'll fight him for it. They will fight him for it. And I see you, little girl. Newt and Laramie are going through a thing now where they are, especially Laramie, he is resource guarding me. And so he will lay in front of or on my feet. And anytime Newt, he doesn't really do it to little girl as much, but anytime Newt comes over and um, and tries to get pet or get any love, he just starts growling at him, and they'll get into a huge fight. So it happens all the time. See, like he's laying down right now, like at my feet. So if Newt tries to come close to me, he'll start growling at him, and then he'll get up and then start biting each other. And he does that at nighttime when we go to bed too. So I think they're trying to figure out who's going to be the alpha. But it sounds scary when they start doing that, when they get mad at each other, and I know they're going to bite each other. And then little girl, she's even gotten Laramie a couple of times. If he's mounted her and his red rocket comes out, she is like negative, sir. And she turns around and she'll bite the hell out of him. And he goes away. But that's how they learn. You just have to let them figure out who's who. Of course, Ryan, you've been gone a while. I haven't seen you in over a year. Where you been, dude? You been okay? I don't even understand it. My ex is moving in beside me and he don't have nothing to do with me. So I just wish he would move somewhere else. That's got to be tough. There is no way I could live next door to my ex. There's no way. Especially now. Uh, because now I'm not scared anymore. You know what I mean? So now, when I do see him, which is probably like once or twice a year, because he lives overseas and he comes in to see the grandkids, and so I'll see him once or twice a year, and he can tell I'm not scared of him anymore. And so, yeah, he would absolutely hate it because I'm sure he doesn't at all like the person I grew up to be. 1111, make a wish. Make a wish. 11 people, 11 likes, make a wish. What is this, Sunday? Sunday night? Some of my exes don't like each other. Well, I've only got two. I've got the one I'm currently married to, and my older kids' dad. And I mean, let's just say they behave for the kids. Like they don't fight. They can stand there, have a conversation. When they see each other, they shake each other's hands. I mean, they got no reason not to like each other. Well, that's not exactly true, but they're adults about it. They realize that they're only together because of the kids and the grandkids. And I kind of just sit back and giggle because I'm no longer under anybody's thumb, like, I mean, the two men I married were polar opposites of each other, polar opposites. And I'm a lot happier where I am now. So what's the news, you guys? What's the news? Any news going on? I get along well with my kid's dad, thank goodness. Yeah, that is good. That is good because the kids, even as adults, they suffer. They do. The parents. I've seen so many. I'm not going to your wedding if your father's invited. I'm not going to the wedding if your mother's invited. I'm not going to the wedding if their spouse is invited. I'm not. I'll show up when your mother's gone. I'll show up with stupid stuff like that. I'm like, grow up. This isn't about you and your marriage. This is about your child. Sit on the opposite sides for the love of God. Sit a couple rows behind him. I mean, believe you me, you're not stuck in a closet together. It's a big old world. It pisses me off. It also pisses me off because when I first got my divorce, I didn't get rid of like my pictures, all my pictures with him. I mean, it's been 18 years with him. I didn't get rid of none of my pictures of all of us. I didn't get rid of just me and him together. I didn't get rid of none of that stuff because to me, it didn't belong to me anymore. The marriage was over, so it belonged to my kids. And so I gave it all to my kids. And I told them, make copies of whatever you guys want, and then, do with it what you want to do. I don't care. And so, I mean, at least one of my children has an 8 by 10 of me and her dad in one of her guest bedrooms. And it's not disrespect towards my current husband. It is just, it's a baby picture of me, her, and her dad. That was her life. And so whenever I married my husband now, years and years ago, I was like, where are the pictures of you and your ex-wife? And he's like, I don't know, maybe she's got them. And then one day me and her were together. I was like, where's the pictures of you and whatever his name is? And she said, they were all thrown away. I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. And she was like, no, why would we keep those? I said, because you have a son? A son together? And she said, I didn't even think like that. I don't understand. I don't understand. Not that my mom did that for us, but probably because she knew none of us had the same damn father, so who was going to get the pictures? You know. Yeah, it is part of your life history, and it's definitely part of theirs. And so I didn't want to, I gave my wedding dress to one of them. I gave my hope chest to another one. I gave the wedding rings to the other one. And then I handed over all of the pictures to my oldest daughter. And I said, get whatever copies made for your brother and sister they want. I'll pay for it. And then you can keep the originals or do however you want to with them. I don't care. But they didn't belong to me anymore. They belong to them. And people forget about that stuff. That's not, we're divorced. Well, you had 3 kids in the marriage. So there's that. And then when my son, my oldest son, got a divorce from his oldest child's mother, he wanted to do the same thing, except for he just wanted to cut her out because she ended up leaving. She didn't want to be a mom. So she left when Isabel was a year old, went back to Florida. And so Wesley was just going to cut out all the pictures. I was like, you can't do that. And he was like, why? She's not a part of our family. It's just me and Isabel now. And I was like, because at one time it wasn't just you and Isabel, and that's her mother. And you can't do that. They don't belong to you anymore. So I took them all because he didn't want them in the house. And now Iz has them. Jamie says, I kept all the pictures of my kids and dad and us and them. Yeah, you have to. I mean, they got to go to their kids. I mean, that was still their life. That's still their dad, no matter if you divorce them or not. That's still their mother. And then let them decide what they want to do with them. I can't keep these floors clean, you guys, look. And then when you use bleach on your floors, it takes a long time to dry. And now, what you got, Laramie? So what's the word, everybody? What's the word? What have you guys been doing? Anybody doing anything fun? Baby child went on, uh, he has decided, except for in the cold months, of course, um, that every once a month he is going to either a national park or a state park. And this weekend he was up in New York somewhere, and he sent me the most beautiful pictures of the waterfalls there. He's like, you have to come here in the fall. I was like, let me know when you're going back. But oh my God, they were so beautiful. And he took videos of them, and I'm so glad that he's decided to do that because I told him I was like, this is it, dude. Like, go see everything you can, go do everything you can, because when you do get married, you do have those babies. You're not going to have that extra money to be doing stuff like that. It's all going to go to them babies. So, Jamie says, yeah, I don't really talk bad about their dad to them. No, I never did either. There's so much the kids don't know. Even though they're 41, 40, and uh, Wes will be 40. I mean, no, he will be 39 next month. But they don't need to know everything. That was my marriage, so they don't need to know about all everything that went on there. I don't want. They have their own bad memories. I don't need to. I don't need to add to the sad stories. You know what I mean? So I don't think kids need to know everything, and I think the last thing they need to be now it's a different situation if there was severe violence in the marriage and they saw all that, and then you're having to explain like this isn't acceptable, and you have to get the counseling and stuff like that. But there's just a lot of stuff they didn't know, and I even at this age, I wouldn't sit them down and talk to them. It doesn't matter anymore. It's over. It's done with. I got out, and that's not something they should have to carry. He's doing better. He said he called me today, and he was on his way back to Ohio. And he called me today and he said, I said, how was it? And he said, it was really beautiful. He said, I hiked 6 point something miles today, and that was up and down in those hills over there. And he said it was really good to do that. And he said, but it's lonely when you want someone with you and stuff. He said, I thought it would make me feel a little bit better. And I was like, it hasn't even been 2 months, dude. So, I mean, you can't have a relationship, your first real relationship, year and a half of building that relationship and then expect it, everything just to quit hurting within a month and a half. I said, it just doesn't work that way. I said, but you're working towards it, and that's good. At least you're not stopping. Hey, Misty, good to see you. Um, so at least he's doing something. He's still going to the gym. He still goes to church. That's why he was driving home yesterday, because he didn't want to miss church this morning. So he's going to church. Um, he's got a good job, but he said, I said, have you met anybody at work, maybe they hang with? He said, Mom, he said, they're all older than you. And I was like, so what? Some of my best friends were always older than me. I was always the youngest. He said, yeah, because you got married too young. That's why you didn't have teenage friends. And I was like, well, touche. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I crashed at like 9, and then the dogs, Laramie stands at the bed besides my face, and he goes, er, er. And I wake up and I open my eyes, and he's just staring at me, which means you got to get up. Either I got to use the bathroom or something's going on. So they had to use the bathroom. And then I realized I didn't even feed my babies last night. Don't discuss my relationships well with my sons. Culturally, it's very tricky. Some will turn on you and side with their dad. I've seen it happen to me times. I don't know if that's just a cultural thing, Pink Peony. I don't. Um, that happens everywhere. Everywhere. That happens in the American culture. That happens in every culture. And usually it has to do with what parent can give what child the most. No offense, but that's usually what it is. exactly pink peony. That's what I'm afraid of, and I don't want to do that because I tight to my son. He's my baby. Well, my kids were a lot older. They were, when I divorced their dad, they were 15, 16, and 17. So they had already lived a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like they lived a lot of stuff. And so, like me, when my parents got divorced, you never seen such a happier girl than myself. I was 11. And I had seen and heard so much and been so scared of my dad when my mom left. Oh my God, it was so happy. And so I can only imagine what the kids felt like when we got divorced. Believe me, there was no sadness at all. At all. They were glad for it to be done. I get a pain shot Thursday. Life should be better. How are you? Oh, where's the pain shot for? For your, for your back? Don't jump, little girl. Don't jump. Hi, Josh. How are you? Good to see you. Of course you can join. How you doing? How you doing, love bug? How's things going for you lately? Little girl, I said no jump. What? Why? Why are you in the hospital? Oh, Miss Barbara, I hope it helps. I'm scared of those shots. They've been telling me I need to get them, but I'm scared. Send you the link. I'm not on StreamYard, babe. I'm not on StreamYard, so I'm not doing. I can't. When you're not on StreamYard, you can't do the link. Can't do panels. Even if Maggie came in right now, she couldn't get on a panel. That crooked off-center towel is bothering me. I can understand that it would bother you. But I was just in the kitchen working around, so that's the way it was. That's the way it is. A hernia and a cyst in my groin. Ouch. Ooh. Well, did they have to do surgery on the hernia? That sounds painful. My son is now 20. Trying to respect them. My mom did that with me, and I loved both my parents, so I vowed not to do that with my own kids. It hurts when one parent puts another parent down. It does. Yep. I have been in and out. Man, sorry to hear that, Josh. That sucks. That totally sucks. You love the large crock with the utensil. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I switch it out all. I usually switch it out during the seasons. There's always something else, some other crock there. In fact, I told Beefcake, because he's in Illinois right now with the other grandkids. He's coming home today sometime. And before he left, I said, I feel like I should start decorating a little bit here and there for fall. And so he's going to get down my fall stuff out of the attic. Yep, be still and pray. Yep. You're still a love bug. You're always going to be a love bug, Josh. Always. Hi, Ann. Good to see you. Absolutely, Josh. You're one of us. You know that, honey. Now I feel like sweeping the floor. Everybody's a love bug. You bet. You remember way too much, Josh. You remember way too much, which is so adorable and endearing. I love that. I sound like you now? What do you mean? I absolutely love that you remember the things that you did as hysterical. You bet. 1313. Thank you guys so much. Oh, just saying. Okay. Well, I mean, I gave the dogs a towel, tore it up, made them little chew rags, and they've already shredded them all over the floor. And then we were flooded back in, so every time the dogs go outside to use the bathroom, they're walking through. I know the water goes about their ankles, so they're walking. So they come in here all the time. So see, I have to just leave my bleach water all right there, like it's a part of the furniture now. And then I have to clean up the floor every time they go outside now. I think we ended up getting only 4 inches of rain yesterday. It was just a constant. Well, that's all we were supposed to get. I didn't check to see how much we really got, but it was just a constant. Not even soft rain. It's downpour. But the problem is we have the White River runs off into Muncie, and it comes all the way from Indianapolis, and it uh, crested over here 2 days ago, and it's deep, you guys, and it already crested. So, I mean, the sewerage is backed up with God knows what leaves and debris and crap, and they brought in from Indianapolis, because not everywhere in Indianapolis did it flood. It was here, a county on both sides of us as well that flooded. And so they brought in water and rescue from big old trucks and boats and stuff like that from Indianapolis. And they were having to take elderly people out of their houses. Um, Yo, my veins are getting terrible. The hell? You guys, I've always had like those little spider veins since I was little. Oh, holy Hannah. See, this is what happens when you don't, when you wear like long pants all the time. I don't look at my legs because I hate my legs. But, so I'm wearing short leggings now and I can see my legs and I can see, I've always had spider veins. And at 8, I think it was my postpartum checkup when I had my third baby. I was living in Germany and I went for my postpartum checkup and one of my legs was hurting like in a spot really bad where these, I had little tiny spider veins right there. And so I showed the doctor, I was like, it hurts right here. And he was like, yeah, I can imagine they do. Let me see the rest of your legs. And so I showed him the rest of my legs and I had spider veins, not everywhere, but like in places on my legs. It's like they just kind of gathered in clumps together. Um, and he said, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but he said, first of all, he said, what does your mom's legs look like? I said, she's got a lot of bad veins. And he said, well, it's really, really hereditary. He said, but he said, you're 18 years old and you've already got the spider veins like this. He said, your veins are gonna be terrible in your legs. You need to start wearing support hose. Yo, I remember my grandpa wearing support hose. I remember what them things look like. And I was like, there's no way. And he's like, that's the only way that's going to keep your veins from doing this. And he said, believe me, you'll thank me when you're older. And I was like, I'm not. Because my grandpa's support hose only went like up to half his thigh. And he would wear them with his, he always wore low quarters, which are military dress shoes. And I just remember, I can see that picture in my mind. I was 18 years old. I was like, there's no freaking way I'm wearing support hose with my, shorts. Because back then I was cute. And now, looking at my legs, I should have been wearing them at least during the winter in Germany. Nobody would have known. But I have noticed over the last couple weeks, it's not even the spider veins anymore. It's the really thick varicose veins that are popping out on my legs, and I just seen a whole lot more. Damn it. I feel like my legs look worse than my mother's legs, but I think it's because my mom's skin was naturally that dark color, olive color. Um, and so to me, my mom always had pretty legs. And me, I'm just white as a freaking ghost. And so you see every little vein, but I could actually see where the veins are popping, the big varicose veins popping out of my legs. Damn it, y'all. Listen, you get one thing fixed with plastic surgery, and then something else happens, and you gotta go get that fixed with plastic surgery. And then you gotta go get that fixed with plastic surgery. You gotta go get that fixed and that fixed. And oh my God, before you know it, you spend all the 401k on plastic surgery, and you still look like shit, and you're still old. But I'm still willing to do it. So, I get my teeth. I have an appointment this week for the first time putting teeth in my mouth since I did that wild and crazy thing. And then they go back to the lab one more time. It's the last fitting for them, but I've just been doing the impressions. 3 months, no teeth. I cannot believe it took that long. But anyways, they've only been doing impressions, and then so now when I see the teeth, they will have all my teeth in them, and then they're doing one more, make sure that my bite is right, make sure that their ones are not too long, some are longer, you make them look as natural as possible. Then they go back to the lab and they fix whatever the dentist tells them to fix. And then 2 weeks after that, I'll walk out with my teeth. And then I already have my bleph scheduled, my upper and lower bleph. So, uh, I'm gonna have the skin taken off of my eyelid, where the skin hangs over your eyelid. Um, I'm gonna have that done, and they're gonna also try to fix my eye that is drooping more than the other one. I don't know if that can be fixed though, but he said he'll look at it. And I gotta pay. I'm having a lower bleph done too, where they take the bags out from underneath your eyes and stretch up that skin and put some black and blue, y'all, but it's gonna be really pretty after I'm done. And then Maggie said, do not even schedule my lips because I'm getting my lips done too. She said, wait till about at least 2 weeks after you have your teeth because you're gonna have to learn how to talk again and eat again and all that stuff. And she was right, so I'm gonna wait about 2 weeks. But I'm telling y'all, by Christmas, I'm gonna have a whole nother face. Hi, Clint. Good to see you, honey. Dental, I'm so excited. I've always hated my teeth. Oh my God, I hated them. I had one tooth that was just one of my canine teeth that was like crooked a little bit. None of the rest of my teeth were really crooked. It's just that they they were, no matter what I did, I couldn't get them white. And I want them white, like fake white, like Hollywood white, right? And I've always hated them. And I hated my little gap in between. I mean, I just had a tiny gap, but still they weren't together. And so I always hated them. And um, I had to have 4 teeth pulled, and they were just going to put a bridge there. And I was like, no, you're not. You're taking every one of them out. He went out there, got my husband, like my husband was going to come in and tell me what I'm allowed to do with my own mouth. And he's like, what do you mean you want all your teeth pulled? I was like, I don't want these teeth. I want new teeth. And And he was like, you're not going to talk her out of it. So I probably would just do what she asked you to do, or she's going to find another dentist to take her money. And then, uh, and you're going to lose out. So I probably just would do what she wanted you to do. And he did. I laid right there, y'all, and just 26 teeth pulled out of my head. Did you hear teeth? You did, Captain. I still have one, though, believe it or not. So when people say, you don't have a tooth in your head, but I do. I have a wisdom tooth that never came down. It's right underneath my cheekbone on the left side, you guys. I'm going to look like a different person. I hope so. Good morning, John. Let me make sure my babies have enough water. Oh, Becky, more water? Do not look at me. Don't look at me. All right, guys. There you go. Here's some water. Here's water for my babies. I hate bad teeth. I didn't have bad teeth. I just didn't like my teeth. It was funny because 2 or 3 days after I got them pulled out, because Maggie kept telling me, don't do it. Do not do that. Stop it. Just don't do it. She's like, your teeth aren't bad. They're not, they look fine. You're silly. About 3 days afterwards, I was like, Maggie, I was looking at pictures of myself and my teeth didn't look that bad. She's like, oh, fuck off, Lene. She's lucky she could have had all hers in one go. They won't do it. So I had to be tortured for over a year. Yeah, there's no way I'd go one by one. No way, they pull them all here. But I didn't get put to sleep like I thought I was going to, so I was awake for all of it. But, I mean, it wasn't bad. I had all my teeth pulled at the same time. Best thing I did. Me too. John, I'm telling you now, if I'd have known it was going to be like the recovery was nothing. I never took, you know how they give you like codeine or something like that for the pain? Never once took one. I took, I took ibuprofen for the first 2 days because the bleeding, because I'm on blood thinners. So I bled a lot. So I took the ibuprofen for swelling, and then after that, I just took Tylenol like every 4 hours for about 2 days. Yeah, because I talked to Maggie on the third day. That's when I felt like I could talk. Um, I thought to myself, I should have done that 10 years ago and saved myself from hating my teeth. They played around with me and really tortured me and something with some of them. Oh, no. Mm-mm. That's why I was so scared of the dentist, because the army is what pulled um, one of my teeth, and it was the very first time I ever had a tooth pulled, and it's they messed me up and they scared me half to death too, and ever since then, I've been scared of the dentist. Um, I'm tired. I've been driving 10 hours. God bless you, honey. Are you a truck driver? I just had all my teeth, what was left, pulled out. Now I'm waiting to have a set of teeth. I've gone for almost, by the time I get my teeth, it'll be 3 months, because um, the lab is making mine. So you saw my henna. Oh, pink peony. Have you seen? I'm gonna end up selling them. I know I will, because it's not. I just liked the colors of them. But let me show you all of them. And I sold some. I've given some away, but I ended up. Why isn't the light working? Did I blow it out? I blew the light out. What else? So, um, most of them are imports, meaning they're not real. Like they came from China. That's one of my favorite ones. In fact, I think I have two of these. I have one in my bedroom, and then so imports, meaning they're not as expensive. I don't remember what this one is. I've had it a while, or this one. These two down here, they glow. You could probably tell they glow. Um, and and then this one's my other favorite one, just because of color, I guess. This one's a Mosser. This one's worth some money. And then, so I've given a lot to my daughters, and I've got two down there, a purple one and a pink one, and then this one. I don't know. You just don't find many like this that are painted like that, and I think it's a Mosser. It's either a Mosser or Westmoreland. It's a Mosser. Um, I just like it because you don't see the ones that are like painted like that um, that much. And then those two up there I am selling in my next show. These are both, sorry, I don't mean to kick it. These are both Mossers in really good condition. These are vintage, they're old, but look at the the paint on there. Hasn't even come off. And usually once they're vintage and old, the paint starts to come off of them, and they haven't. They're in perfect condition. So I'm going to sell those. And then I have this fairy light, which is, I forget what it is. This one's oh, this is Indiana glass. And I'm not this bougie, you guys. I'm really not, so I bought them. This is all my old Bibles that I've got my grandma's Bible. I've got Paul's grandpa's Bible. I've got my Bible from when I was a little girl. I've got, so when my son went into the military, they always give you like a prayer book. So I've got his prayer book in there. I've got my husband's book from when he was a Bible. This one right here was really one of the only grandparents that I really spent time with, and she was my step-grandma's, but it was given to me. So, and then I bought these at the Goodwill store, guys. I looked them up. They're not worth that much. They're not, because they're not the real ones. There's no way I'd keep these things other than to throw them at someone's head if they pissed me off, because you could kill them. So I've got two of those. Um, that I just got to sell. So all this up here, besides my Bibles and my Crocs, I won't be selling my Crocs. I have sold quite a lot of my Crocs actually. So yeah, I sold a lot. I've been doing it now for what? How long? How long, Millie Joe? About 3 months. Me and Lunchy started selling together, and it's our jam now. Now we're into the damn uh, whatnot selling. Uh, you were a boxer for years, and later kept getting abscesses. That's why. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I'm sorry for that. It was probably a lot easier getting your teeth out than it was getting them punched out. I love glasswork, lived near a glass blowing factory. Oh, really? It's, God, see, now I'm hot, cold, hot, cold. Um, a lot of people right now are into all of the vintage glass. And that's probably why I picked up so many, like hens on the nest, so many different plates and things like that. People are into that kind of stuff. The other thing that I just found out a couple nights ago when I went live, 2 nights ago when I was live on Whatnot, um, people are now starting to collect old hat pins. Do you guys know what those are? So and I guess they still use them in England. That's actually where they came from. When ladies would wear hats all the time, they would have this hat pin that they would push through the hat, grab a little bit of hair, and push out the other side of the hat, and it would keep their hats from blowing away. And nobody really uses them today, so they're not made today. But so that's what a lot of people are starting to collect. So I told Lunchy, I said we're gonna get us some hat pins because I think they'd be cute on a dresser. But then knowing me, I'll get sick of them and I'll just sell them. But that's what people are looking for right now. Brittany, you've never seen my dogs? Look. Oh, I've got three. Hat pins are beautiful. Yeah, I never even thought about them until I went live 2 nights ago to sell all that jewelry, and then someone came in and asked me if I had hat pins. I was like, what? And they said hat pins. And I was like, no, I didn't even think to collect those. And they're like, oh, they're big now. And so they were telling me all about it. And I was researching them. So I got in touch with Lunch Lady. I was like, Lunch Lady, we got to get us some hat pins, girl. And she's like, I never even heard of a hat pin. But who would have known? Yeah. Aurora Borealis brooches are so beautiful. I've never seen those. Never. Brooches are becoming a big collector's item too if they're antique or vintage. How you doing tonight, Brittany, or this morning? Are you still up, or did you just wake up early? Which one is it? Natalie, hello, girlfriend. There's Laramie. There's little girl. There's all the mess they made. And then there's Nick. He's never very far away from his mama. See? Gotta come. I moved. He, I mean, all of my dogs pretty much are Velcro dogs, but Newt is like, stays right with me at all times. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Well, hello from Finland. Good to see you, Mira. I hope I pronounced that right. Mira, Myra, I hope I pronounced that right. I really love ceramic flower bouquet brooches. Wow, I used to have. Okay, so I did find that my son didn't give me this, but I bought it at auction. It came in a box. Sometimes you can buy boxes and you don't know what the hell's in them, and so I got the box. And there was a brooch in it, and it's beautiful. I wish I knew where I put it. It's in that. I think it's somewhere in that dining room because I remember I did a live in there, and I remember I hadn't even put it up yet for auction. But it's very colorful. I don't think it's flowers. It just has a bunch of different stones in it. And when I looked it up, they were selling it on eBay for like $800. So I was like, let me put this away and I'll get it to a jeweler's and figure out something before I do it. Why, it's so spleeny and it's trashy. Trashy. And I don't even know why I looked it up. I think because it just looks so damn shiny. But I'm not into that kind of stuff. I mean, I think they're pretty to look at, but I could just see myself in my jeans and t-shirt wearing a brooch. Can you imagine? Um, so, but it's really pretty. So some reason I just looked it up and I saw the same exact one on eBay for $800. And I was like, wait just a second here. So I put it in the drawer. I don't even think I showed Beefcake. He was probably asleep when I looked through all of it. No, he's out of town. Because that's why I went to the auction to pick everything up, because usually he goes. And so I forgot all about it till you just said that. I can't stay long. My hubby and I are going to be outside today. It's so nice, warm, sunny day. Going to barbecue a nice Texan steak. Nice, very nice. Your shelf curio cabinet is adorbs. Thank you so much. It was built into the house here. Hey, Sally Jane, how are you, honey? Good to see you. Hey, Doc, good to see you. I've been slowly picking things up from around the house, and I've got a bin in the extra bedroom in there and putting it away because I won't see it again until next spring. So most of the stuff that's out right now will be moved or um, fall put into with it. We won't be outside here. It's too hot, Brittany says. Well, we're under too much water. Well, we can't go outside. In fact, you can't even get out of my neighborhood. You can't get in or out, so I guess Beefcake is just going to have to park the car out there on the highway and walk himself in here. Oh, I just bought those. And you know what? So I wanted something different. You guys know I always have stuff on the counter. But sorry. Look at this. So I just bought these off of eBay, I think, or something. But you see, like what the wood's doing, I mean, I washed them, but so I mean, they're old. I mean, I was wondering if I just like paint it. Because all of them have a little bit of it on it, and I tried scraping it off, thinking it was like something hot that went on it. You know how if you put like a hot pot on a dinner table, it gets that white mark on it. So that's what I thought it was. So, but usually you can scrape and feel that it's on there, and it's not. I think it's just from wear and tear. Sorry, but they've all got it on there, or maybe it was in the sun that way. Like maybe she had it in a window, and it got sun dried. But I don't know. Cause see, it's real wood. Can I just paint like over the top, do you guys think? And get that off of there? Cause I don't want people thinking I got mold, y'all. I'd be like, what? But I thought it was so cute and it doesn't take up much space. Hand paint it, okay. Do people buy grandfather clocks anymore? Are you talking about the ones that stand all the way up? A lot of people still have them, yeah. Yeah, Sally Dean. I have a grandmother clock in the garage that doesn't work, and my husband's a hoarder, and I throw everything away. But Obviously, if his mother's clock went missing out of the garage, he would know that I threw it away, so I didn't. Um, but yeah, people still love them. Not maybe you know what? Maybe the generation that's coming up now that is so in love with the 70s and 80s and 90s stuff. Like, remember all the duck stuff back in the 80s and 90s? You guys remember everybody had to have ducks and that blue color and that mauve color? Do you guys remember that? That's what all this new generation wants. So, you know what? I'll bet you grandfather clocks will come back. I like clocks, but I like old ones that are like mantle clocks or stuff like that. Um, I had an original. You two are not gonna fight. Nope. I'm gonna go away if you're gonna do it. I had an original cuckoo clock that we got from the Black Porcelain. We lived there the first time, and I finally gave it to my my oldest son because he was born over there. The ducks on the walls, the ducks on the canisters, the ducks on the ducks, and the ducks and the ducks and the everywhere had those geese, those ducks. A grandmother clock is the exact same thing, Dot, but it's smaller. So like it's like shorter. It's shorter. It probably is about 5 foot, probably about my size. Like, okay, you can barely see it, but back there, that that wood, dark wood thing back there, that's a grandmother clock. And so they're smaller, like within in width and everything, but they still have like the swinging uh, pendulum inside of it, and all it works just like a grandfather clock. Oh, but the grandfather clock usually will have three pulleys inside of it, and the grandmother clock only has two. It's so cute. They are really really cute. I would love to have a grandfather clock too, but they're so big. But y'all, I don't mind the chime. A lot of people turn them off because they don't like hearing the chimes. I absolutely love a chime, a good chime, not like an annoying chime, but like a really pretty old-fashioned sounding chime. It's your fault that I bought a brass ducky standing. I already sold all my brass ducks. And I thought, why did I do that? I really did like the brass ducks. I probably should have kept the brass ducks, but listen, I have to sell everything. I'm just that person. Buy it, sell it, or throw it away. I love the chime of a clock too. At midnight on Christmas Eve, we always go to church. We go to the 11 o'clock church service, candlelight service. And then as we're coming out, the church bells are always ringing. And sometimes it's snowing, sometimes we get lucky and it'll snow at that time. And the world to me feels clean and brand new. That's what I just stand there for a minute and just close my eyes and listen because it really does feel like a new world to me. Yeah, that's Laramie. Can you believe it? He is big now. It is so magical. It really is. I remember one time living in Germany the second time, and it was the holiday seasons, and the first snow came, and I woke up my ex-husband. I was so excited because it was so quiet. It was the middle of the night. It was so quiet. Couldn't hear no cars moving. Couldn't hear nothing. And the snow was so big and flaky. I went there and woke him up because I felt like it was so beautiful that everybody had to see it. Y'all, he was so mad at me for waking him up to see snow. I was like, I didn't say it out loud, but in my heart, I thought, you're a joy kill. My father has a train sound on the clock. It makes me crazy. Yeah, I think maybe if it's played like some people's play every hour on the hour, and then some people's will just chime like on the half hour. So maybe eventually that would make me crazy. But I know eventually the clock that I now have in the dining room or in the living room. Beefcake first had it in his room in there, and he turned off the chime because it would chime like that. And I was like, I'm taking it then, because I loved hearing it. But I guess if you listen to it a lot, it probably could get annoying. So, but I think you can set them that maybe they only chime like so many hours. I mean, if it chimed like maybe every 6 hours, like 4 times a day, you lose your shit when it snows. Oh, I love the snow, Dot. Oh, I love it so much. I love it so, so much. I can't even explain it. I remember growing up in California and telling my, I had no idea that we were going to move away from there, but telling my parents, when I grow up, I have to move away because there's no way I could ever live somewhere that didn't have snow. No, and exciting. Oh, okay, yeah. I get you. Yeah. I thought you meant that you just hated it so much because a lot of people hate it. Here in Indiana, there's a lot of people that are like, we got to get the hell out of here. We're sick of the cold. Not me. Mm-mm. When I was young, I would hear the train. I got to the point I didn't notice it. Yeah, exactly. Dot needs a tractor for the snow. I will run into the rooms hollering, it snowed. I've been known to jump on beds. Well, we won't tell nobody. I absolutely. Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time out in the snow because, when your thyroid's screwed up, you don't hold in heat. That's why I'm always hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. And so I can't stay out in it long. But like when the kids were little, and my husband loves to snow sled. He even now today, he will go with the kids to go sledding. And there's no way. First of all, I'd be so scared of hurting my back again that there's no way. There's nothing that is. Now, I would rather ride a roller coaster than go down a hill in the snow that I have to actually walk back up and take the possibility of hurt my back. But I can't say no to a roller coaster that jacks me around and hurts my back every time. Um, so I usually go and I sit in the car with blankets and stuff and turn on the the heat every now and then, get warm and then turn it off, and I watch them. But I have no desire to be out in the freezing cold, and that's my husband's favorite time to Christmas shop, when it is really busy. Like he would do, he is a perfect New Yorker type Christmas shopper, because the more hustle and bustle that's happening, the more snow that's going on, the colder it is outside. It is his absolute favorite. And I think it's because he grew up in Oklahoma. It didn't snow that much there, and it was always really hot. So um, he absolutely adores that. Hell no to a roller coaster. I love roller coasters. I just, even now, I'm like, I'm gonna ride that roller coaster. My beefcake won't ride them either. Neither will my youngest son, my oldest son, um, my middle daughter, and my middle son will all ride them. But um, my youngest son and my oldest daughter and their dad, they're just like, no, we'll stay right here. We got this. Y'all go ahead. We'll take pictures. I love it. My husband, I make fun of him a lot, and I tease him a whole lot, and I say a lot of shit about him a whole lot, like like one of those comedians, I guess. But he's a gem. He, he really is a gem of a man. I can say it right now because he's not home. But that man is, he's practically perfect in every way, enough to make you sick. Um, and I mean, he's an amazing person. And I'm not just saying it, I'm just lucky that he liked me and he asked me to marry him, you know. But I really don't deserve him, to tell you the truth. He's such a good man. And he's a family man. And that's where he's at this weekend. He's with grandkids. Um, he loves being with the family. He's very traditional. He's into all my antiques. So he goes antique shopping with me or thrift shopping. And he's in, I mean, it's just like he was waiting. Um, I have a support stockings, but they are way too tight and uncomfortable. Well, can you get looser one? I guess the idea though is to make them tight, right? Oh no, I don't think I could wear them now. Am I missing him a lot? Yeah, yeah, I miss him. He's only been gone since he didn't leave until Friday afternoon, and he'll be back today. But you know, we spend. I mean, our kids are scrambled, so and it's because he works full time, I don't. Usually, I'm the one that's on the road, going everywhere, seeing everybody, moving everybody around. But he can work remote when he wants to. So there are times he picks and chooses where he's going to go and work remote at. Like he went to Baby Towels for 2 weeks and he worked remote from there. So, but yeah, I miss him when he's not here. Yep. He's an angel. I mean, he's almost too good, if that makes it. Like, there's people in this world that are such good people, they don't deserve anything bad ever to happen to them. You know what I mean? Like, there really are people like that, and he's one of those people. I mean, I deserve bad things all the time because I'm crazy, and I'm not a nice person sometimes, but he's so kind. But at the same time, it takes a lot to make him mad, like a lot. But when he gets mad, oh my God, the man's a tornado. He's a tornado. He will kill you. Yeah, he will kill you. You don't notice the planes? Oh, my husband, his whole life, he was ready to get out of Oklahoma because just the flat land, nothing to see but, you know, the what kind of trees are those? Pear trees or whatever. Everybody always grows them, and then a good wind comes through and splits them in half. Some some kind of pear, apple pear, something like that. He couldn't wait to get out of Oklahoma, so we did. Loves his family and loves antique. You married the perfect man. I know, I know. Do people garden in Oklahoma? Yeah, they do. Paul, my husband's grandfather, his whole backyard was a garden. But it's a lot of work because they don't have much rain there. I mean, it's desert. They don't have much rain there. So if you're not on a well water, then your water bill is really high. Lene, you're in Tennessee now. No, I live in Indiana, but I'm always in a different state, it seems like, doesn't it? Yeah. Um, it's because two of our kids live out of state and in two different states. And then it's our boys. That's what it is. One of our sons live in Illinois. One of our sons lives in Ohio, and our other son, he owns his own company and he works in all these different states. So, in fact, he's in Oklahoma right now. He he took a little 4-day weekend to go see his best friend, one of his best friends in Oklahoma, and do some fishing. It's okay. I answered it just about anything. Okay, I'm ready to sleep. Take care. The cheese whiz. Love being the cheese whiz. I'm gonna send everybody care packages of cheese whiz. Sleep well, Dot. Get you some rest, honey. And look at this baby. This, I don't know what I'm gonna do without a newt one day. See, look, lays himself. This is a newt. He is his mama's boy. Um, him and Larry, he's always been his mama's boy. But, oh, look, look. Where are you guys? Where are you guys? You guys left me in there all by myself. Everybody left me by myself. The cat cannot, and then Newt and Laramie mother the cat, so they take turns. You can see the cat's tail sticking out between them. They're licking the cat, cleaning the cat all up. They're just following him around. Clean his hiney, clean his face, turn him over, clean his stomach. But Wednesday cannot stand to be left in a room by himself. He's like, you left me here. And it's funny because little girl is the girl, and she'll let Wednesday will go over and headbutt her. Watch, like, aren't you gonna? Don't you love me too? And Wednesday's like, little girl will tolerate Wednesday, but she's not. She doesn't mother her like the two boys do. The boys are always mothering, and she's always laying with them. See, little girl's like, I'm not impressed. Go to Newt. Go to Newt. Newt will take care of you. Go on. Usually, little girl will get up and walk away from Wednesday, and then Wednesday will go find one of the boys. There's Newt. There's Newt. They spoil that cat rotten. Maggie, is Maggie here? Maggie. That's so beautiful that your son loves fishing. Any fisherman in the family? His father was a huge hunter and fisherman, and so he grew up with it. And he's the only one now. My youngest son, he will tell you he tells his brothers all the time because they like one owns a construction company and the other one works for a construction company. And they'll call him and they're like, hey, we've got some work for you. Do you want to come in and earn some money? And he's like, I'm not blue collar. I'm sorry. It's hysterical, you guys. Because baby child was only like in 11th grade when he said that to his brothers once. And so now that he's 22 and he's out working and stuff like that and finished college, they still make fun of him. They're like, so they both ended up getting t-shirts that say on them blue collar, and then they got baby child one that's white and it says white collar because it's a joke between all of them. Uh, so um, he used to take, because my husband does not fish, um, he used to take all of them fishing. Even my daughters love to fish because they grew up like that. Um, so, but my oldest son, who's the fisher and the hunter, he um, he had four girls and then he had a boy, and the boy, uh, Tucker he'll be 2 years old in October, and he has always had his babies in a stroller before they could walk at the fishing bank. Always, always. Now that the two oldest girls are 17, they're like, Dad, we just really don't want to go fishing. But the two, I call them my little thugs, they are 8 and 9 now, and especially the well, either one of them, their dad is not allowed to leave without them. They love to fish. They bait their own hooks. They do it all, and he's already had Tucker out there sitting in his. You guys, it's just Wednesday. Stop. They have they've already had Tucker out there at the fishing bank just sitting there. That's what he does. Surgically enhanced breast of chicken served homicidal potato. How long did it take you to come up with this? I mean, that's pretty genius. Sauteed knob cheese. Oh, that just sounds fucking delicious. You must have eaten all that. Congratulations. I don't. Girl, I've been trying to find a cat owner. Well, that's because y'all got a lot of wildcats there. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of wildcats, like, in different places, but there's not where I live, because I'd probably bring them all home. Hello, Logan. Oh, if it's roaming and crying, it might be in heat. But then again, it might be hungry. I love fishing, but want to catch and release. I don't want to clean the pit. Cleaning. No, they eat. He does catch and release too if they're too small. He's taught his girls that catch and release, and sometimes they'll just go fishing to catch and release. But um, they do bring them home. His whole family loves it. Loves fish. I can't stand this chat girls up in a wall. Why? Nene, can I have a link, please? I'm not on StreamYard. You're welcome to start a StreamYard and we'll come over there. You sitting in the garage. Yeah, I'm smoking out here. Why? Because we're flooded. Because I'm flooded in. That's why. I can't leave the house. Can't get in my neighborhood. Can't get out of my neighborhood. We are flooded. And also, when it's cold, I smoke in the garage when it's too cold to go outside. And usually I have the door open a little bit to like help get the smoke out. But right now my husband's not home because he doesn't smoke. But he's so kind. He lets me smoke in his garage when I'm cold. And he even brings me a heater out here. What up? Can't she send the link, Mel? I don't understand it. How do I get on panel? Because when you are, like when you're driving around, Maggie, you know when you're driving around and you just hit the go live. You don't hit you're not going to StreamYard to go live. You're just hitting the live on YouTube. When you hit the live on YouTube, you can't have a panel. That's just solely you. You have to go to StreamYard. I taught my kids to bait their own hook. Listen, I'm not baiting. As long as I was married to that man 18 years, I never baited a hook, and I never took a fish off the hook. I didn't want to touch it. I didn't. She's in the heat, but we think she's sleeping on Jules's bed. Julie's bed. Yeah, if she's in heat, that's all she's going to do. She's looking for a male to come knock her up. Yeah, we're safe. We made the national news here in Little Muncie, Indiana, y'all. And the only reason I knew about that is because my daddy down in Georgia called me. He said, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, we're underwater." And he said, "I just saw that." He said, "Why didn't you call me and tell me?" I said, "Because I didn't realize it until this afternoon how bad the flooding was. I got the alert, but I, half the time you get alert on something, nothing ever happens. I've never seen a flood. I've never been in a flood before." And I said, "But I had to leave today." I said, "And I'll be damned. I got stuck in somebody's yard, Maggie." I had called Maggie on FaceTime to show her how much water was everywhere. And she was on whenever I got stuck in someone's yard. Not that I meant to drive in his yard. I couldn't see the road. I'm in water. And so I get stuck. Maggie, I was like, "Maggie, don't stop praying." And Maggie was like, "Oh God, please, please." It took me only about 3 to 4 minutes to get that truck out of. But y'all, I hate when the water recedes. Because that's a brand new house he just built in his land. I'm so embarrassed to have to go over there and tell him that I'm the one that y'all, these are not just ruts that I put in his yard. I put a lake, a hole for a lake in his yard. Oh, but yeah, we're flooded in. I've been all up all night worried about the cat. My eyes are burning. The cat's gonna be fine, honey. That's what they do whenever they're in heat. And listen, a male cat will do the same. A male cat will literally try to claw its way out of a window to get to a cat that is in heat. I went camping with the neighbors as a teen. We went fishing at 6 a.m. That was incredibly peaceful. My son likes to go with that time too because the fish, well, I guess during certain times the fish start biting. And that and like at sundown. I'll bait the hooks, but no way I'm touching the fish when I can catch it. I would rather grab the fish um, and hold its mouth while the hook's being taken out than to ever be squirted by worm guts. Or cricket guts. Mm-mm. I can't do it. I just can't do it. But I'd rather not do anything. If I start a live spleeney, will leg it on me and I'll be like this, guys. I can be chatting away. Next thing she's gone, just gone. Oh, that hadn't happened in a while, Mags. I always tell you when I'm leaving now. I'm awake though. I slept. I went to bed about 9 o'clock, and Laramie got me up to go to the bathroom, and then I realized I hadn't fed my pups. You guys, I'm such a terrible person. But I honestly didn't expect to sleep that late. I thought I'll be up at 1, and no, I was up till 3:30. It terrifies you touching a fish. Oh, because you know what? I've been stuck in snow before, and I think only one time I had to have my husband come and get me out because I know how to work the wheels. You know, I know how that works. The back up, go forward, turn the wheels, back up, go forward, turn the wheels. I know how to do all that. But it's different on snow. And the reason is because eventually you will burn out that snow and you will hit pavement. I mean, you might burn out your tires by the time that happens, but snow will actually be spit out eventually. Unless you're on ice. And that's when my husband had to come get me because under the snow was ice and there was no burning that out. But with water, you're not burning out water, y'all. You're just pushing the mud out of the way. I mean, I had the tires spinning so much that the freaking water was coming over the back of the truck and over the front of the hood. But I got out of there. I was so grateful. You asked Maggie, you couldn't see the road. Had no idea where the road was. Had no idea where the yard started. None. I probably shouldn't have been out there, but I had to go to that doctor appointment. I had to. And I didn't know. I would have called and canceled it had I known, had I believed the flood warning. Because Beefcake was out of town, who was I going to call to come and get me out? I was going to have to walk in like, God, knees up in water to find somebody to get my truck out. I wasn't about to do that, y'all. I mean, I would have if I had to, but I really didn't want to because I knew part of that was sewer water because the sewer water was also coming out. It was so flooded, and that's the way it is right now out there. So you can't get in or out either side of the neighborhood right now. And the cornfields across the street. So across the highway right over here, you could stand out in my yard and see a cemetery. So the cemetery was completely flooded. People worried about caskets coming up out of the land. But nowadays, usually people are put into a vault because of that. But I mean, some of those are old. Um, they're old, and they didn't use vaults back in the day. And those are the caskets that get pushed out of the ground from the water. So the water's going all the way across the highway into the cemetery now, and then on the other side of the cemetery is acres and acres of corn. Y'all, all that corn's gone. It's gone. It's down. There's no more. And all the corn that is right around here is corn not that you guys or humans eat, it's corn for animals. You can't see us? Uh, Maggie, you just, okay, so make your coffee at night before you, or do, put your coffee pot upstairs, and don't you have a bathroom upstairs? Put it in the bathroom, and then you don't have to go all the way down to make your coffee. Girl, work smarter, not harder, come on. Floating caskets, yeah. Yep. But remember when it flooded so bad, was it 2 years ago now, you guys? In the Carolinas and in Kentucky and Tennessee, and they had all those caskets coming up. Remember that? Y'all, I'd be out there like nobody's business, like, don't move it yet, let me look. Because I'm so morbid, I would love to see it. I'll get a DVT by the time I get out of this bed talking to y'all. It's time to get back in. No, but that's why I'm saying you should just put your coffee pot upstairs. I don't want any snow. It shuts my city down for days. We aren't used to it. Yeah. I, it's funny. I have to tell you, Brittany, we laugh at people like that shut their cities down. But I'm going to tell you, you know, we don't shut down for snow necessarily unless it is like in your knees, right? But for ice, whenever that ice hits and then the snow hits, yes, we will stop. Um, like the schools will close or start 2 hours later so that we give time for the snow machines to go through and stuff. But we don't hardly, many years, the kids will get more days off because they didn't use, because we put snow days into our calendar, our school calendars. And so if they don't use them all, then they either get out of school a little bit early or something, or they can start a little bit late. It's really weird how it works out. Max says I'm fuming, not a spot of sun here. It's as gray as my head. You don't need more sun. I just saw you yesterday, and you are dark, and you look beautiful. You're gonna get skin cancer. I only have one stream going, so I don't know if the ones you can't see me are they trolls. But everybody who's in here that's talking that I can see talking, I mean, they're not blocked, so they're not trolls. Brittany says I'm in South Alabama. Snow shuts everything down. Yes, I know all about that. Listen, I remember a couple times when we lived in Savannah and it would snow and they would shut everything down. It only snowed like twice for it to shut everything down the whole time I lived there. But if it would snow, like they would let the kids go outside. They would stop classwork and all the kids would get to go outside and just play. Even though it wasn't enough even to stick to the ground, the kids were happy just to be able to see the snow, and I thought that was cool. South Alabama. Maggie can't remember. She said hello, Misty. Listen, getting old is not for wussies. I have no idea what that dog got a hold of and is chewing up. Hope it wasn't mine. He's just chewing and spitting, chewing and spitting. Oh my. Uh-oh. get that from? Let me see what you have. Oh, Laramie, I'm gonna get in trouble. We're gonna be in trouble for that. Laramie, this isn't our area. You can't have everything. Where'd you get it from? Oh, we have to hide this so we don't know where you put it. Oh, man. Laramie, we're in trouble. He's gonna be mad at us. I would have rather it been something of mine. He lets us use this garage and then my dogs tear shit up. I'm not cut out for chat or being here without Lene. Oh, why? You do absolutely fine. Are you kidding me? Nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you, Maggie. I told you if you want to start a StreamYard, I'll go on StreamYard with you. Now I can't promise I'll be there more than an hour, but I'll start one with you. I'm talking back to her, and she's. I had to go. Laramie found one of Beefcake's little. There's cars everywhere, you guys. Listen, I try not to say nothing about this garage. But there are cars everywhere. And I don't know where Laramie got one from. I knew he was chewing something up over there, and I happened to see a wheel. And I just rolled there and looked at it. I don't know what car it is, and I don't know where he got it from, but he got it, and he chewed it. And there's 4 wheels left, whatever that component thing was on the inside, and most of the plastic is gone. So now, you can't, if I threw a t-shirt away of Beefcakes, he would know it. He knows. So he's gonna know about that. He's gonna know about that car. You're lucky you're cute, Laramie, and that you're the baby. Because if it was Newt that done that, he'd have got mad. He's still gonna be mad at you, but he won't stay mad at you. I'm not doing then an hour. I'll go start it now. Okay, bye. All right, guys. Maggie is gonna pull up um a StreamYard, so we'll end this one. Wait for the other one to come up, and then come in that one. That way, Maggie can be. He is way cute. He is so cute, and he's gotten. He used to be as white as a little girl, but I knew he was going to get darker. So he's going to be. This is about the color he's going to stay. He's going to be a lighter golden. And I want one more. Beefcake says no. I giggle because he says no. I giggle. And I want another. Newt is a red, but he's not as red as Cheyenne was, and I want a red one like Cheyenne was. Even though Newt's color is probably my favorite color of the golden. I guess she's probably already gone to start it. Had fun visiting with antiques. Oh, I've got so much more, girlfriend. I got so much more. I just need to do another. I need to do another haul with y'all. I'm hauling all the time, to tell you the truth. Now it's just I sell everything so fast now. I love Newt's color too. I really do. Cheyenne was all red. Like Newt does have some white through him, and or a lighter golden, and his beard down the front of his chest is white. But other than that, his back is real dark red. But Cheyenne was red all over. I can't have any more pups. My last one was the best pup ever, and I can't do it again. I understand that. He's like a golden Palomino Barbie horse. Aww. Newt is, I have to say, Cheyenne was my very first golden, so there's always a place in my that's going to be in my heart for Cheyenne. But boy dogs and girl dogs love you differently. It's the truth. Girl dogs love you, but boy dogs are in love with you, and that is I've always been told that, and that's the truth. Newt, Cheyenne and I had a really special. Cheyenne went everywhere with me. Everywhere she went to work, she went everywhere with me, and Newt doesn't. But Newt, as soon as I'm home, like Newt is by me at all times. Like I go nowhere in the house that Newt is not by my leg. If I take a bath, Newt goes in there and lays next to the bathtub after I tell him, do not jump in here. Because he tries to jump in, and I'm like, no, you're not getting in the bathtub with me. And then, because sometimes when I take a shower, I just let him jump in. It's no big deal. I'm not sitting in that water. You know what I mean? So I let him play in the water in the shower. He's in there just having him a time. And I have a little girl would not do that. She doesn't mind the water, but she doesn't want her head getting wet because she's a princess. But Laramie loves the water even more than Newt, but I haven't taught him yet that he's allowed to jump in because I wouldn't be able to keep him out. He loves the pool out there. He goes out there, he spins around, he lays on his stomach, and then he flips over, and he gets himself all wet, and then he comes into the house. And sometimes he jumps on my bed, and you have no idea what that feels like. And it's terrible. But I want him to be a water baby. So, Newt, Laramie, quit looking for stuff. You have your own toys. And so he hasn't learned that yet, but he's watching Newt and probably thinking, well, if he can go in there, why can't I go in there? So Newt's always with me. Cheyenne was a lot like a little girl. Like she wanted to be in the same room as me, but she was fine laying over on the couch. She didn't have to be at my feet. And Newt and Laramie have to be at my feet. It's fascinating watching Pooch's horses interact with a pregnant belly. Wow. My last pup was a girl, and she was with me all the time. I was going through chemo, and she was with me through it all. Wow. Yeah, that would be tough to lose her. Tough enough, but when it's like that one, because animals know. They know. Even cats know when you're sick and you're not feeling good. I mean, because that's when I didn't have a dog back then, but when I had my hysterectomy, I only had a cat, and his name was Simba, and Simba did not like to be held. He didn't. If he wanted to be pet, he would walk up to you. If not, don't touch him, because he had a complete attitude problem, which is probably why me and Simba got along so well. But when I was laid up with my hysterectomy in that recliner and I couldn't get out of the recliner, um, he laid on my lap the whole time. They know. Animals know. Which is odd because when an animal is in pain, it wants to be left alone usually. It leaves. Oh my God, it's light outside. Oh my God, we need to sweep this floor. Get in here and clean up your mess. I wish that worked. It don't. Let me see if Maggie's got the straight going, y'all. See, Newt, can't go nowhere without him. Right by his mama at all times. All times. And he literally, if I go away for more than a day, when I come home, he literally cries when I come in the door. He just whines and whines and whines. And I'll pet the other two, and then they go on about their business. But Newt, I have to actually sit down and let him get up into my lap and hold him because he just whines and cries that I've left. But my husband is really good about, he FaceTimes me with the dogs. And so I see him every night. And then it's so funny, whenever he goes to bed at night or whenever he has to go to work and I'm not home, he plays according to Lene. So they hear me talking all day long. Let me see if she started one. No. Maggie, why aren't you there yet? You should have already been there. I don't know where she's at, guys, or where she went. Maybe she went pee. Maybe taking her tablets. Oh my God. What is that? Look, more pieces of the damn car. Laramie, we're in trouble, dude. I don't even know where you had that at. I don't know where Maggie went. She should have already had a streamer going. Sorry, phone call. Oh, of course. Maggie's got friends, you guys. I forgot. I forgot to tell you guys. Maggie has friends, okay? So it slows her down. The cat owner. The cat run out. The cat owner threw the cat out. I hate them. Well, the cat's gonna come back knocked up, and then they're really gonna hate the cat. My friend's 3 pooches guarded me until I recovered. It was touching because they knew that prior to that incident I couldn't stand them. Aww. You're striking a live. Keep your eye open. All right, I've got it up on the computer. I'm waiting. I see it over there. We're watching, girl. We're watching. The good thing about going live though like that is I can put on my headphones and walk away and kind of keep talking to y'all, but do what I need to do because I mean, it's about time to start doing chores around here, y'all. I got to clean this floor up. I need to clean the bathrooms. I need to do that laundry that I pulled in there last night. Wow, you guys, we had 25 likes on this one and didn't have to ask once. Can you believe that? When usually we're having to beg for them. Pretty girl, you just a pretty girl. You just a pretty girl, little girl. Yeah, you pretty girl. Yeah, he's a pretty girl. Uh-oh. Okay, Newt. Newt's like, fuck that. Come here, Mom. There's my buddy. Oh, it was Newt's turn. It's Newt's turn, little girl. Ow! God, you need your nails cut. I knew Newt. YouTube just changed my comment. Really? Hi, sister. Hi, sister. I know YouTube is doing a lot of crap. So is StreamYard. It is all changed. I'm finally getting used to it because we're covering that case, so we're on it every day. But it looked like a whole foreign app to me when it had been a couple weeks since I had used StreamYard. The way they changed the whole thing up, seriously, it was hard to get used to and find stuff. jump, little girl. No jump. No jump, little girl. No jump. All right, did she start it yet, you guys? All right, let me jump off here and go get my stuff settled. I'll get my earphones, earplugs, whatever, and I'll jump off of this one and then jump into Maggie's live on StreamYard. So y'all just look for the new, not yet. Well, I need to pee and I need to get, because it takes me a minute to set up my earplugs so that I'm plugged into the computer so I can hear sound. So she has started one. All right, everybody head over to the other According to Lene that you guys see. This one is closing up. We're going to do a StreamYard over there. Thanks for being guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.